everybody. I'm trying out some new stuff here. Trying out Restream in particular. Hopefully this sound is working. I believe it is. Let's see, it's picking up my mic. That is working. And it should be streaming to both YouTube and TikTok at the same time now. Now, let's do this. Fixing up my phone. Usually I put TikTok on my phone. This time I'm going to try to put Facebook on my phone. Divided America 1/21/2026. You guys get to see behind the scenes here. All right. Oh, that's a little too big on my face. Can we? Nope. Well, that doesn't work. Trying to get a good look. Well, for the Facebook crew, I will try to do better. There we go. That's somewhat better. All right, let's see. That's working. That's working. Is chat working? Because I've been trying to fix this. So the chat works too. So I can respond to people live. Let's see. Test. All right. That's working. As you can see, we have our topics that way. Oh, it's behind me. Gotta work on that. This has been a fun trip. It's been tough, guys. Very tough. But as you can see, we've been working pretty hard on this. Welcome. Today's not Tuesday. Today is January 21st. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law. Right now, let's put what is going on. Last week as a motivator, and I am very fearful for the health and safety of my children, in particular now in this country, this melting pot. My wife asked me, she's like, what will make you happy? Right? Like I'm somewhat happy, but at the same time, like I'm well acknowledged on pattern recognition, and I think I was much happier during the Biden years. I do, but his Gaza strategy didn't exactly inspire people. So that didn't really bring things together. And I thought this business would do it. I thought this business would more and more I work, the more and more I see how not safe we are. We're supposed to be able to go to the police. The police in Minneapolis, we've been talking about Minneapolis now for almost a month. And I sure as hell don't feel safe. Imagine living in federally occupied Minneapolis today. And I say federally occupied because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of ICE officers there. And people are just, they don't even want to leave their house. Like I've been listening to the Daily, New York Times has been doing some really good work there. Other people have too, but workers are being driven to work by bosses. bosses have to pick up their employees because they're afraid they're going to get scooped up in some kind of BS raid. Doors that are normally open, business doors, are routinely locked, so ICE agents can't unlawfully enter their premises. Imagine working as a Minneapolis police officer, right? You just worked one of the hardest shifts of your life. You got protesters, you got anti-protesters, you got ICE there not following what seems to be police rules according to the police chief there in Minneapolis. So you just worked this hard shift. You're going home to get groceries, but you're not white. You are a black police officer in Minneapolis. All of a sudden, ICE sees you and they demand your papers. Police officer's like, what? I'm on the job. Now, I'm not, this is speculation of what was actually said, but this happened. I'm on the job. Get on the ground, show me your papers. The police in Minneapolis are being stopped, being told, where are your papers? What's going on? That's right, because we have a Department of Homeland Security just running rampant, doing whatever the hell they want. I personally can't take it. I'm frustrated by God knows how much. And imagine being a police officer looking, and I put the Spidey meme on up there because that's what it is. You know, I'm you, I'm me, I'm you. But no, get on the ground. But
welcome to the party, pal.
Right? Are you now? Are you seeing what's going on? Welcome. What you didn't see is I put a little thing called "Welcome to the Party, Pal." I tried to add a little humor, a little pop culture to everything here because this is very, very, very dark and heavy stuff. We know what's going on in Minnesota thanks to the hard-working journalists and their teams in the frigid weather. Right now, it was 8 degrees this morning when I let my kids out for school. So it's cold. I can't even imagine how cold it is in Minnesota. Don Lemon is out there trying to put a light on this madness, and he's being attacked by the Department of Justice for just being for reporting, for being in the right area at the right time. If I was there, right there, who knows? The president might have said my name. Like, it's ridiculous. There's so many other independent outlets out there that are working in Minneapolis. Johnny Palmadessa, I see him going live often on TikTok. I see a lot of other people too trying. I see you guys trying. Jolly Ginger, Robbie the Giraffe. There's so many veterans out there that are standing up for their rights. Thank you for holding down the front lines. I truly thank you. I'm working on getting there, or the next hotspot eventually. I understand I should be there. I do. I understand I should be on the ground in Minnesota. That takes a lot of money, a lot of capital in travel, hotel, rental car. Being a brand new business, most of my capital was spent on production. As the little capital that I had. I'm looking for sponsors. If anybody feels like sponsoring, wants to send me on trips to Minneapolis, to New Orleans, to Florida, wherever you think that the news is, I will go. I'm not a corporate shill, but I will take your money to travel, and I will take your money and show you what is going on the ground. But I can also promote. So I would love to be there. That being said, I might have found a super cheap way to travel if there's no sponsors around. But I do have an appointment this Monday that can potentially confirm my eligibility. So fingers crossed. I really hope I can get this program going. So I don't know where you live, right? I mentioned how cold it was in Minneapolis. Well, it was 8 degrees this morning, and I was shoveling snow this weekend before it froze up. And when I shovel, I have to put on a playlist. I have to put on something, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to my liked playlist, and then one of my new favorites came on, and it's really impossible not to dance to it. I mean, Bad Bunny is just great. He really is. I've said it before and I say it again. It's impossible to not dance when certain songs of his come on. And I want to play a segment from our pilot episode here, and you'll notice that the date in the episode. And I also want to play his Super Bowl promo because it's so inclusive. And what I love about it is not only that it's inclusive, it's one of the songs that I mentioned on the pilot because I'm gonna screw up the saying because I'm a gringo. Bailar I can't even say it. I'm just gonna let Bad Bunny take this away from me.
Paso nuevo que quiero enseñarte. En las noches ya ni puedo dormir. Lo que hago es soñarte.
No, no te puedo olvidar. No, no te puedo borrar. Tú me enseñaste a querer. Me enseñaste a bailar.
Mi diablo, mi ángel, mi loquito. Ay.
No, no te puedo olvidar. No, no te puedo borrar. Tú me enseñaste a querer. Me enseñaste a bailar. No, no te puedo.
Amazing to come out with. Like it's a wrestling entrance song that's quite aggressive. But let's play the real quick before to end this first segment with the our Bad Bunny take from the pilot episode, which was back in November, which is kind of nuts to think that we've been doing this for that long already. Whoop, looks like my tie is quite off today. All right, let's see. Let's watch this Bad Bunny take. How about a sexy Puerto Rican man who will be gyrating on stage during the halftime Super Bowl show? But a loud minority seems to be quite outraged about this. Bad Bunny. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to Bad Bunny before, I don't know, the announcement. But now, yeah, I kind of like him. Do you guys have a favorite? If you have a favorite song, put it down and please. Like now, yo soy gringo, okay, and I'm gonna butcher these pronunciations, okay. So please go easy on me, mi la raza, and I'm gonna start with a bailar inolvidable. I told you I was gonna butcher this. I don't care. It's impossible not to dance to this song. Like we have a sign in my kitchen saying we dance in this kitchen. There's so many bangers that he has. Ayo, Nueva Yo. And the one which I didn't know I was going to like so much was, and again, I'm going to screw this up, Debí tirar más fotos. And which I had no idea until researching this episode that is such a touching song. It's about not taking more photos of his home in Puerto Rico when he was there. And I definitely didn't translate it correctly the first couple times listening in my head, but now you can hear it and you can feel the joy and the love from him and his friends that are singing on the song. Like it's just, it's a great song. Debí tirar más fotos. If I'm butchering it, I apologize, but please, you should check out that song. It's pretty darn good. Ayo sounds sultry, but I swear he says mantequilla, baby, at one point, and mantequilla is butter, right? So if is butter involved in Latin bedrooms, I'm not really sure. But last year's halftime show was ridiculously good, ridiculous, but the same loud vocal minority was angry. You know, the ones that typically wear. Oh, I was looking for shades. The same people that wear shades in their profile picture. My house was jamming, right? Mr. Lamar performed unbelievably, and it was deep. And why? Because good music is eternal. No matter what genre you listen to. I mean, my liked list goes from Avril Lavigne, Bad Bunny, to the Wu-Tang Clan, because they ain't nothing to bleep with. Like Biggie, Tupac, to Frank Sinatra, Billy Joel. It's good music really is eternal. To each his own, but I do think if some people gave Bad Bunny a shot, you'd be surprised how catchy his songs are. Thank you. As you can see, back in November, I had thoughts about Mr. Bunny, and I like him even more now. I've been listening to him nonstop. I don't know every song, but my goodness, it's fun. It's really fun. As you can see, we're gonna go on our first quick break. As you can see in the scroll, it says The Great Diversion. Why did I name that this episode? Because we've been doing this now for over 2 months, and we still are not closer to the Epstein file stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but I have a hard time having pedophiles in charge. It's just it's an issue for me. But what do I know, right? What should we? Do you think we should have pedophiles in charge, or should we actually get the truth, the unredacted truth? Let me know. Put comments down. I mean, anyway. After our break, we're gonna talk really quick and short about what's coming up for the Sisca News Network, for what's going on in Democratic loops in Cumberland, in Providence. We will be right back. Back alive, and we are back. The breaks really help for podcasts, to break it up when I edit this afterwards with Substack. So thank you for sticking with us. I appreciate everybody who sticks with us. I can't thank you enough, really. Like I want to be on the ground. I really want to be in Minnesota. But last night I was reading through the Homeland Security funding bill that we have going on in Washington right now, and you guys are not going to be happy, but it looks like Democrats might be voting with Republicans to fund ICE again. Now, I don't want to completely disassemble an organization like ICE, because it could hurt our overall defense, but they need rules and regulations immediately. I can't imagine. Watching these videos, it's painful. It's painful watching just people like Robbie. Like all
right, they're not ready for primetime players. You got your super soakers. You got your fucking baloney. Where are we going? We want us over here? Oh, we got the power march. What are we doing here? What?
What did he do? He was singing. He wasn't warned. He wasn't told to move back. He was just singing. But we're going to fund them, right? We're going to keep funding them as much as possible. Now, I know that Democrats don't want to. They want to keep the government functioning. But at this point, is the government functioning? This is where our tax money is going, to arrest protesters, to arrest veterans. But it's hard to get the truth because places like CBS are compromised. It's a safe space now for the snowflake Republican officials. If you've watched since Barry Weiss has taken over at CBS, you can see the shift. It's painful to watch a once respected news organization just decimated by one person, Barry Weiss. And we've talked about access journalism often on this show. I would have to work for CBS to get access to the Patriots. Now, I told you, I showed you, I was at Gillette Stadium during the preseason, knowing this team was going to be good, not a fan. I wanted access, asked for access. They said no for student journalists. Then I created the business. They said no for independent journalists, need to be affiliated with someone. Affiliated with someone like CBS, so I can toe the line, so the people can't get the real stories. So Barry Weiss can say no, Sisca can't report that. He can't report that. Why not, Barry? Why not? Because you don't want it? I have training this week from the Board of Elections. So it's just what I say when I say I don't like talking about from a place I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're trying to protect the elections here in Rhode Island. Hopefully, well, no, not hopefully. We're doing our diligence but so many people closest to me don't understand how the world works even today, right? Even though in super high power positions, super high. You might have known if you follow me or if you know me. I've worked for the FAA for 10 years. And typically they'll give you your W-2 or W-4, I forget what it's called, in electronic form, for taxes. There's a program that you go on, you log in, go into the program, just download it and get it. Well, now that I no longer work for the government, I don't have access to that program. So I can't get my tax form from last year. They need to mail it to me, right? This is what I was told. And my lovely wife, she says, well, they have to mail it to you. It's illegal if they don't. Well, this is where all this comes back in full circle, where I said in the beginning of this show, what makes me happy, or what will make me happy. And I asked her, I said straight up, I said, have you not paid attention to what's going on in this country with legality? Like, I don't, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't get our tax form, I think it's W-2, in time by the government. I usually get it mailed. I always downloaded it and I got it mailed to me. Now, hopefully I get it before tax time so I can file my taxes correctly. I have a lot more taxes this time, especially with business expenses. Democrats, you gotta listen. We can't keep funding this crap. And then with that also, like I see universal health care being talked about again because of the historic win by Zohran Mamdani in New York. We need options, okay? Like, if you want universal health care, I think that's great. The VA has been good to me, at times not so good to me. I have a VA visit that I need to edit because the doctor didn't want me to show you, but I'm pretty sure Rhode Island is a single publishing state, so I shouldn't give two shits about what he says, because he consented to recording before I even told him I owned a media company. This doctor, like the VA could be great and it could be not great. So coming up on the socials, on my website, you'll see an annual visit with the doctor, where communication is kind of important, but we can't communicate. So, but I can't go anywhere because that's universal health care. Now, I think it's great, but there's problems everywhere, right? There's problems in Italy. There's problem. I have a friend right now watching on Facebook that he might even be watching from Italy right now. Now that I think about it, let us know how good the healthcare is there. I would love to know because I've studied extensively about other countries and about how you don't go bankrupt. But here, you go bankrupt. You go bankrupt quickly on healthcare. I have bills piling up that I'm not supposed to pay. But that's a story for another day. Now, what I just said before is Mr. Mamdani's New York City. We're going to have to check it out, right? Because we're going back. We're going to the city this weekend. And I cannot wait. It's my own hometown. I'm going to go cut a rug, as they say, have a couple cocktails, see the sights. I can't wait. And I know I need to write and publish more, and I apologize for that. But starting next Tuesday, immediately after this show, my master's program starts up again, which fixes plenty. I got plenty of writing to do for that class. It's a social class, which for some reason I have to take. It's the non-journalism class for my master's. I will be integrating journalism into it because I have to ask about like research questions, and I'm already thinking about AI and journalism. It's an odd course, but I'm really going to be using it. Like, can AI be used as ethically as writing? What is the difference as an editor? Like, if I was an editor and I asked my reporters, say, bring me, go report on the Capitol, and then they come back with what they wrote, and then you edit it and you say, okay, this should be moved. This quote's not good. We want this quote here. So, but if I did that, and if it was AI, like it's if the writing, some AI writes really damn well. I know I've not used it for school because that would be illegal. But I just find it impressive that I use it for SEOs. I don't use it for this. I write my own stuff here, but it's interesting to say the least when it comes to a socially, and I might be able to research it for my master's. One other quick question with that would be, can the body politic such as America survive with such misinformed people? And the chances of this question comes when, well, I bring this up because the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, female Goebbels, she calls anyone that doesn't follow their narrative a left-wing hack. Well, when you have leaders directly in line directly talking to the president and then lying to constituents, how the hell are people going to be able to discern for themselves the truth? Thank you for joining us today. My name is George Sisca. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Bree. Today's the 21st. I will see you. You will see clips from New York coming up. I'm going to post as much as I can. I'm going to write for next week's show there, but next week's show comes immediately before my next class. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Well, have a great night. Have a good day, and I will see you again. Take care.